Okay, you guys, we just finished. They look so good. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time. Today I'm here with my cousin Genesis, who is the owner and CEO of Radiant Crown Beauty, an online beauty supply store. As you can see, we started on the Plaits. Here's a close-up on the Plaits. This is free parting, not box parting. These are half arch parts and they're the best method for locks. All the products that are being used are from her shop, so I will link the shop down in the description and you'll see how she applies the faux locks into my hair. She's going to be using crochet and the wrap method.
Alright, so this is the plaits. Like I said, I don't plait with the bricks. I don't do bricks. I like to do free parting, which is like usually cone shaped or moon shaped or half circle shape. It's the best method to use when you're doing locks because it makes the locks look a little bit more authentic. What I like to do is I like to take the actual lock itself and I like to not crochet it here, but crochet it a little bit down. So about right here, like 1/4 of an inch down. Just like that. Loop it through and then tie it. And the reason why I like to do this is because it keeps the tension, keeps it from getting too tight at the root. Because when I wrap it, I have to also crochet in the wrapping hair. So you don't want to crochet this part and the wrapping hair because it's going to get too tight. So I'll just go through and do this whole row. Just be careful finding the loop. Loop the braid through like that. Pull it, tie it. Now it doesn't matter if this is bulging or whatever because once you wrap it, you're not going to be able to see any of that. But all of this is going to be covered up. You don't need to tuck because sometimes people will tuck the braid in the lock itself, but I'm not going to do that method. I'm going to actually wrap it at the roots. Now for this part, this is spring twist hair. This hair is a little bit more bouncy. You could just search on Amazon for spring twist hair, or you could also look on my website. I have it as well, but it does sell out very quickly, especially the colored, like the burgundy and stuff like that. The first one is going to be a tester. I'm going to do half of a piece. You just split it in half, separate it like this. Also, when you're separating the hair, you know, tug it down a little bit like this so you get those these little scraggly ends, because that's going to make it wrap at the end easier. It doesn't have to be too separated because, like I said, it's going to be wrapped. In this part, you're going to crochet at the root. So take it, and I like to crochet up like that. Put it in the latch, pull it through. Make sure you have the loop, find the loop. Okay, pull 1/2 of the hair through like that. What I like to do is I like to take one side of the wrapping hair and make sure it's at least the length of your real hair, because that's going to blend your hair. So make sure this piece, the shorter piece, is at least, it has to be at minimum the length of the real hair. And then you just wrap. And make sure when you're wrapping, it's overlapping. So what I mean when I say wrap overlapping instead of under, when you're wrapping it, don't wrap it like this, like a spiral. Don't wrap it like that. Wrap it to where it's overlapping. Like this. Wrap it to where there's no space. See, you just wrap it like this. And you want to wrap it kind of tight, but not too tight, because you don't want too much tension. Well, for me, I kind of like it to be neat, but it doesn't have to be too neat because I want it to look kind of real. So I don't want it to look too uniform. And with it being a crochet, you're not going to have to wrap it all the way down. You only wrap it until the hair ends. And that's why it's good to have at least half of the hair at the length of your real hair. Just wrap it like this. Like I said, make sure you're overlapping when you're wrapping. And don't worry about any hair sticking out, as long as the real hair is not sticking out. If the spring twist hair is sticking out, that's okay. It actually makes it look a lot better. And I try not to twist too tight, but I want it tight enough to where it stays. Make sure that it is an overlapping twist and not a under twist. All right, once you start getting towards the end, you just keep wrapping it till it ends. And you really shouldn't need anything. Some people use glue at the ends, but if you wrap it good enough or tight enough, you don't really need to add anything else with it. There you go. Feel it.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
You can't even tell that I wrapped it.
It's gonna look so good.
Yes, yes it is. Make sure the hair is spread out good. Just be mindful, because sometimes the hair will tangle, so just untangle it and keep going.
How long will this style last?
It should last up to 5 weeks or so. Mine does. Anyway, just try not to get it wet. And so for this one, as you can see, I'm adding more hair because that piece was a little too small. But I love doing this method with the spring twist hair because the spring twist hair is so versatile. So if you don't add enough hair, it's so easy for you to go back in there and add some more. And sometimes while you're wrapping, you have to wrap a little bit tighter over the braid part so it conceals it.
So you guys can learn more about Radiant Crown Beauty. I'm going to ask her some questions. What made you want to start your own beauty company?
Braiding my own hair, doing my own hair, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people stopped going to get their hair done. So I focused mainly on braiding products and lock and twist products.
What makes you passionate about hair in the beauty supply industry?
I would say because I like to try different things and experiment on myself. I've always wanted to make things simpler for me or easier for me. So that made me want to get into beauty, particularly braids and locks and twists and stuff like that. That's really where my main focus is. But I do love to experiment with different colors, different types of hair.
What are some barriers you've had to overcome in the beauty supply industry?
I would say keeping stuff in stock. Stuff sells out and then vendors are out of stuff as well if it's really popular. So I have to either find another vendor or wait for it. So that's been like the biggest barriers.
What do you enjoy most about running your own company?
Different customers, learning about new products that are popular and things that people like to buy. And I learn a whole lot about different products and stuff myself, so that's a plus.
How far would you take your business? Would you want to eventually not have to work a 9 to 5 and just have your business and do other ventures in hair?
Oh yeah, I would like to keep the store and then eventually get maybe a physical store. People that can actually visit, because I'm just solely online right now. So I would love to have a physical store. Maybe more than 1, 2 would be great.
That would be awesome.
And also have my own brand of locks and braiding hair and twist hair and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Shop radiantcrownbeauty.com. The link will be in the description. Okay, you guys, we just finished. They look so good. Oh, we're about to put the mousse on. I got too excited.
A lot of body mousse. My fave. And just wrap it how you were wrapping it. Just to keep it kind of flat. Keep the edges nice.
They look so good.
Yeah, I like locks. They'll start actually looking better as the days go by.
Really?
Locks aren't one of those styles that mess up to me. I mean, they do start getting a little crazy in the root, but it starts to look better to me.
Okay, you guys, here is the finished product. Aren't they so beautiful? Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to shop radiantcrownbeauty.com, and you can also follow them on Instagram. That's all that I have for you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!